Hello everyone, welcome back to the Pedigree Stage Stop race. We are in Lander, Wyoming in Sinks Canyon for stage 2 of today's race. Everybody's beginning to arrive here at the staging area, and it takes a lot of effort to pull off one of these races. You've seen this for a lot of years, and Sebastian, what all is in the background going on besides the dog race?
I mean, it begins much before the race, having to put in the trails, and Matt Redwine, the trail boss, starts giving trail reports in December. Then once we come here, the parking area has to be plowed, the staging area has to be set up. There's people specifically coming out to help with all of this. Then we have the concession stand, which has to be manned, snow machines by local sponsors. I mean, there is a lot involved. I mean, it's incredible the local support we have.
Why are you here?
Because I love the sled race, and we got asked to come back again, and we were excited to come back and feed people and watch the show and meet the mushers and watch the race.
So, and as the race begins in the morning, of course, the teams all arrive at the starting point, but then the trail boss, who really watches all the conditions, gives the competitors a fresh trail report, mushers meeting, where the race marshal goes over how things will work that day. So there's a lot of people behind the scenes.
Today, dust on crust. Hopefully that groomer trail is only a ½ inch under some fresh overnight, 10 below, so it should hold teams nicely, and they'll be able to scoot around these corners and be safe.
And another important group that makes these races available for the mushers is the support of the veterinarians that take time off to come here and give advice and take care of the dogs. Not only are the veterinarians here taking care of the dogs, but they're also using this as an educational center to bring vet students here to learn hands-on about taking care of athletic dogs. So there's an opportunity here for the vets and the students to work together to train for these types of athletic events.
So my name's Aaliyah Robinson. I'm a third-year veterinary student, and I'm from a 2+2 program, so 2 years at UAF and then 2 years at Colorado State University.
I'm Cameron Cooper. I'm also in a 2+2 program with Utah State and Washington State.
So the hands-on experience. We're in huge classrooms and working one-on-one with the veterinarians. You just get a lot of hands-on experience, which is awesome.
And the orthopedic aspect?
Yeah, we don't get a whole lot of that in vet school, so it's so we learn, we hound in our muscle functions and different muscle groups that are more commonly affected with our sports dogs versus our more pet dogs.
Most of the working dogs that I've worked with in the past have been like hunting dogs. So like, coonhounds, beagles, like field trial kind of dogs, and then bird dogs as well. And there's a lot of similarities, like, making sure that everyone's have adequate nutrition, making sure that there's no lamenesses, making sure that everybody's ready to go for the day. But some of the different things is like taking into account the temperature and like how much these dogs will like warm up as they're out there, and like how far they're going to travel, and like taking into account like the terrain they're going through, like it's going to warm up when they get up higher and everything like that, and then the altitude and the conditions. It's pretty cool. I'm from Tennessee, so this is a big change for me. So I really enjoy it. It's really cool. I'm just excited to learn everything I can.
Having veterinary students here, whether they're in second, third year, really important because they learn theory in classroom, but it's when they get here to the race and they can watch veterinarians like myself or other of the team members to go through going through an actual orthopedic exam. Okay, and range of motion and what we do and if we find an issue. But there's nothing like hands-on and teaching them that way. Then we can actually apply the theory to our examinations.
So it's stage 2 here. Now the strategies begin. So the mushers are now looking through the dogs that they've got in their 14-dog pool. They're going to let some rest, but everybody's handling their dogs differently. So after they get the trail report, the mushers begin to put together their day and what they're thinking about for this particular stage.
Hey, let's go! Hey, hey!
I'm letting some rest from yesterday. I had a young one not do so well, and bringing out some veterans, so that helps. It's definitely better of a veteran dog race on this stage.
I remember that uphill being longer. They said it was 3 miles. I remember it being more like 7, 5. Yeah, that seems more realistic. Yeah. So yeah, I think we go up for 5 miles, and it really switchbacks. When you get up there, I think we could see the parking lot from up there, or not at least the road coming up. It's a doozy. It's a climb. I'm ready to climb this mountain, I guess.
2, 1.
We didn't run this stage last year. It's just a different starting area, but I believe there's some pretty good climbs here, especially taking off the start. And you can kind of see where we're going.
But we take I think we more pick our dog for the weather. It's really cold, and yesterday was warmer, and we keep the one with the longer hair for today. And we know that it's a longer run, but we finish with the downhill. Should be not too bad for the dog too. We just have to again keep the speed right, and should be better.
Well, we set up a team. We think it's going to handle the trail conditions.
Which are?
I mean, we just went and looked at the trail. Seems like it's set up decent, but I think it might be a little on and off, kind of punchy. So we're just gonna, keep them safe, take it a little easy, let them roll up the hill as fast as they want to, and come back home safe,
You saw me pumping up all those hills yesterday, and I paid for it last night with leg cramps.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not.
So what's the remedy for that?
Don't pump today.
We'll see what it's like. I mean, you can hear all kinds of things about trail conditions, and then you get out there and it's completely different. So I try to be prepared and be as prepared as I can be, but also just be aware that what's out there could be totally different.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna bring four that sat yesterday. I'll put in the team today, and I'll sit 4, and rest those 4 for tomorrow.
It's just about rest.
Pretty much, yeah.
So the difference really is we climb for about 5 miles out of here. We gain almost 3,500 to 4,000 feet, and then we roll a little bit, and we turn around and got one little climb and come back. If we started at South Pass, we got 2, 3, 4 mile climbs at different times. So I think this time is actually an easier course with fresh dogs climbing right away.
We surely want to have tougher dog than we had yesterday. Yesterday was at 29 miles, so we took the one that we know that they're not as tough if we want. And we want strong dogs too, that is gonna go that uphill really, on a loping run. So that's what we're looking for, actually.
So as the mushers hit the trail today, the first thing they deal with is about a 5-mile climb and 4,000 feet. It's a pretty impressive trail. You were out on the trail today. What did you see?
It is indeed pretty impressive. It's a series of switchbacks which they have to climb. You can see teams from a long, long ways. And we were actually fortunate with the conditions. That can be pretty windy up there. For us and for the mushers, it wasn't. The trail as such was very well packed. There's actually pavement underneath, but it had been nicely compacted by the trail groomers. So after the climb all the way up to 9,500 feet, they dropped down about 3,000 feet again to start climbing even more, until they hit this turnaround spot. Back in there, it was very nicely treated. It was very sheltered. We saw some pretty good action out there, which you will see. So here you see the teams at the 1.5 mile mark. They have 3.5 more miles of climbing. They're going from 6,500 feet all the way to 9,500 feet. Now we are at the 8,500 foot level, 4 miles up the trail. And this is Sarah Tarleton coming, running a team for Ryan Beaver. So from here, the 4 mile mark, they climb another 1,000 feet. And then when they think they're up top, they're dropping 2,500. And then just to have 35 more hundred feet to climb back up till they reach the top of the trail. Now we are at mile 9.5. The trail has dropped and they're climbing up again, 2,500 more feet to 10,500 feet, the highest spot in the trail. So we made it all the way to mile 16, so 1 mile short before the turnaround. And by the time the mushers get there, they have put in their work, and now the fun begins because everything goes backwards. They're climbing back up all the mountains till the last 5 miles, till they finally hit the trail home, and it's all downhill from there.
So the report was that up above in the mountains behind us here, that it was going to warm up today, but that's not what we saw. And as the mushers came back into the finish line, a lot of them looked pretty nippy. And this is what the mushers had to say about today's run and the trail.
Had a good run today.
It
Yeah.
felt good, huh? Felt good?
Felt good. Yeah, the dogs got out to a good start. Everybody was talking about the climb going out, but man, there's a heck of a climb coming home too. And we got turned around at Louis Lake and started coming home. Dogs were feeling it, so let them come home.
We went out all right. We had, you know, you're kind of along for the ride no matter what. So going out was pretty good. Then it got to where it wasn't not so good coming back for a little while, and then it got good again.
Yeah.
It was cold, sticky runners, but fun. I like this.
The trail felt like really sticky. The snow was like really, I don't know, like the sled wasn't sliding as good as usual. I don't know if it was my wax or just the snow conditions that made it really sticky. So it almost felt like the dogs were even pulling going downhill. It was kind of strange.
Wow.
And I don't know if it was just my sled or whatever, but it just felt really sticky. But the dogs did really good. I had all dogs finish really nicely.
Whoa, what is
We did really good. I start the tree, the last one, you know, tree. And I thought that Annie catch me before the loop or really close, and I keep my time to go at the outside, and I come back and I finish. I think I'm second. I have a really good run and a really clean one.
It was interesting. It was an interesting track, that one.
Describe for me.
Well, you take off, and then you go on a straight incline, and then you swing back, and you go up again, and you swing back, and swing back, and swing back, and all side of a mountain. It's kind of like I said, I'm from the prairie, so it's a little different from where I'm from. So, but it was good. It was fun.
That was a tough run. It was beautiful. It was really nice. It was very cool. So there's switchbacks on this route the first 3 miles and the last 3, so you can pretty much see everybody as they're going up and coming down. I did have to load this boy. I don't even know where. Like probably 10 miles out, and he took a ride the way back in, but the team looked pretty good.
I didn't remember it was going uphill like for 12 miles.
Cold?
Oh yeah, it was supposed to be warmer. I told Jerry on the trail. You were wrong. It was not.
So from here, now we head off on the road again, about a 2-hour drive to Pinedale. You know anything about what the tomorrow's stage will be like?
Well, I think even the 2-hour drive could be very wishful thinking because we have to convoy up this time. The pass has been closed for the last couple of days. So we will all convoy over together. Pinedale itself, we will have a beautiful reception. There's a whole bunch of food trucks waiting for us. And last year the menu was already really good, and I guess it's even expanded this year. So we're very much looking forward to making it over South Pass in a big convoy, and very much looking forward to Pinedale tomorrow. It's supposed to be even colder than today.
Supposed to be colder. Pinedale section will be run on the Upper Green River of Wyoming. So that'll do it for us here at Stage 2. For the Stage Stop race, I'm Bruce Lee.
I'm Sebastian Schnitter.
And we'll see you tomorrow at Stage 3.